What's up, guys? Welcome to a new episode of The Commute. Today I'm going to be doing part 2 of my Grand Theft Auto discussion. If you haven't seen part 1, make sure you click on a video that I'm going to put somewhere and go watch that first. So in part 1, I talked about the fact that the whole rules behind the ban and the three kind of main issues that I had with them putting the ban on Grand Theft Auto in Target stores. What I want to be covering today is alternatives, what you could do instead of putting the ban in. So the first thing that they could do is, for a start off, their whole plan of banning it from Target stores was a bad idea. Let's just get that out of the way first. It was a terrible idea. They shouldn't have done it. It was a very, very bad idea. But what they could have done instead is that instead of having the game displayed out in a case on the shelf, is they simply just have a blank case with the title on the case. If they were really worried about the artwork or anything like that, have simply an Xbox empty case or a PlayStation empty case with a bit of paper on the inside that's just white with black text that says Grand Theft Auto 5, $79.99, purchase at the counter. Simple. So they take the game, go to the counter and purchase it. That way, there's no way that they could grab the game, just go through the front counter, and it's so much in a rush that people don't check for ID. They need to actually check the ID before they actually get given the game or be able to pay for the game. That's one way of doing it, if they're worried about the artwork. Second way of doing it, instead of going for the ban, actually look at what your kids are buying. Look at what your kids are playing. Don't give them complete access to every single game in the Xbox Live library or the PlayStation library or the Steam library. Restrict their account. Tell Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, they all have the facilities to put in parental controls. You can actually use the kid's account, put a parental password on it, and set up particular configurations and particular settings so that they can't purchase games that they shouldn't be. For example, if they're under the age of 15, they shouldn't be playing MA15 plus games. They shouldn't be playing R-rated games. So put a parental control on where it blocks them from purchasing and playing those type of games unless you approve it and put in a password. And if those two fail, if you're worried about the artwork's been removed, putting the parental controls on, if you still want the game banned for whatever reason, don't be hypocritical and just say that this game needs to be banned. If you have a problem with mature content being on the shelves that is easily accessible by children, you can't not apply the same rule to other things. For example, like I said in the previous video, you can't say Grand Theft Auto has graphic content, I don't want my kids seeing this graphic content, it needs to be banned from being sold on the shelves. But yet, you have romantic novels, you have things like 50 Shades of Grey that actually portray in a lot more detail, more graphic sexual content than what Grand Theft Auto does. When people then come to you and then say, you want Grand Theft Auto banned, what about 50 Shades of Grey? Your response should be, yes, that also has graphic content, that also should be banned. That should be your response, not, no, it's not the same thing, it is just a book. It's not like that. That's not the response at all. You can't apply the rule to one type of media, one type of system, and not apply it to the other things as well. If your whole argument behind removing Grand Theft Auto is because of the graphic content, then everything that has graphic content should be on your list to be removed from the Target shelves. Doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a book, a coloring book, a movie, even that, R-rated movies, all have graphic content in it. All should be removed from the shelves. If you have a problem with that type of content being on the shelves, being that easily available to children, that should all be removed as well. That's simple. Well, that's the part 2 of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you click like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.